Go on an adventure. This is your biggest call to action for everyone who's been hesitating, doubting, thinking maybe if, or what if, how do I, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. For anyone who's in that hesitation or almost about to take this step and a little bit like, and just slowing down. This is to encourage you and to inspire you to go on an adventure. What is an adventure? It doesn't have to be a lifelong quest. It doesn't have to be years or months. It can be a day trip, a hike. It can be a weekend trip to a place you've never been to. It can be just getting outside of your house and walking without navigation. We are living lives that are, in a way, too safe and too familiar. There are risks in the world, obviously, especially if you have jobs. You can get fired if you're in business. You can get solvent, or competition can crush you. But we're not so much close to physical risks, and we don't have that many physical discomforts. In fact, everything we do as a society is to avoid them. We have a lot of stuff to make our lives comfortable: soft mattresses, comfy beds, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of beddings, washing machines, dishwashers, showers, cars, elevators, lifts, all sorts of things just to make it, heaters, right? Everything, hot water brought to our apartments. I can keep listing those things, but everything just to make our lives very physically comfortable, yet maybe emotionally, mentally, they're not quite comfortable, maybe even worse than it was a couple hundred years ago, but physically too comfortable. And maybe that's the reason we're suffering emotionally, mentally, psychologically. Quite likely it's the reason. So the best thing you can do for yourself is throw yourself in some discomfort, some adventure, some quest. You've been probably thinking about taking a trip somewhere, to a forest, to a hike, camping, different country, desert, ocean, forest, mountains, you name it. There's all sorts of options available to you, and you can make it happen. And it might cost you, and it might cause some discomfort, and it might be uncomfortable. You might not know what's going to happen, and you might have to figure things out as they go, as they happen, as you go. And that's perfect. That's brilliant for you. That's what's going to inspire you. That's what's going to bring new level of awareness into your reality, something you haven't seen before, and you will be a different person in the direction you want to be growing into. I am putting myself in a situation where I have to learn how to live minimally. I'm starting to travel just with a backpack, and I'm going across a few countries to India. And this is a country where, a lot of stuff is available. I can buy everything I need, but yet still the goal is to live minimally. One pair of pants, one pair of shorts, something to exercise. Same for the tops. Just learning how to get along and get by with minimum amount of things. Really bringing that awareness into what do we actually need. Minimalist lifestyle. This is the new opportunity for growth for me. Right? I learn how to acquire things and get things, have items, sofas, mattresses, beds, loads of electronics, lots of this, lots of that, lots of books. Yeah, I learn how to acquire things, and that's brilliant, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? If you have a big house, you want to fill it with stuff, well, that's what you kind of end up doing anyway. But to learn to live simply is also beauty. There's beauty in that. There's a lot to learn, and this is the next adventure for me, and this is what I'm embarking on. And my invitation to you is to create an adventure for yourself. And look, if you're somebody who's already working really hard in business and everything needs to be stable, so you can just work in your business, or you're studying, or your work is very intense and you're just putting all your efforts into that, and that is your adventure, that is absolutely fine. But for those of you who are feeling like life is just not quite giving them enough, this is the opportunity. Go for a day trip, go for a hike, go for a holiday, but adventure holiday, not chilling by the beach type of holiday. Do things, get into situations, throw your hat over the fence and figure things out later. Buy a ticket and see whether the place is even good enough to go after. Create opportunities for you to be uncomfortable, to figure things out, and life will transform for you. This is my promise to you. Have a lovely day.